Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. And I'm going to be taking a look at all of my Irish emergency vehicles this time. The ambulances, the Garda, and the fire engines that I have in my collection. So I'm going to take a look at all of these and give my overall view thoughts on this entire collection as a whole. So the first ones I'm going to start out with is the two ambulances that I have so far in my collection. Move some of these out of the way really quick. Going to move around just a little bit. Move some of these over here. Focus on this one's flipping okay. Make sure they're not in the video. So now I'm going to have to make a couple of camera adjustment. Make a camera adjustment here. So I'm going to zoom in. Doing my best right here. I want to make sure I get a close-up of both of them if I can. So the first two that I'm going to show you, these are the only two Irish ambulances I have in my collection. They're both Bedford J1s. The one in front is from the Dublin Fire Brigade, and the other one is from the Dundalk Fire Service. And you can definitely see the differences in both of these. Different paint jobs. One with the deep red, the other's all white. Both from different fire services. The Dundalk ambulance says emergency tender and has the coat of arms in between the two windows in the back, which is different. And if you look at the Dublin ambulance, there's no coat of arms or any signs on it, so that's different. The Dundalk ambulance has two blue lights, as you can see, whereas if the Dublin ambulance only has one. So that's another difference. On the Dundalk ambulance, it says emergency, and on the Dublin one, it says ambulance right on the top. So it's pretty cool for both of those. Both are pretty nice 1/76 scale models, I will say. So that'll be it for the two ambulances. The next one is going to be the Garda collection. And I have a total of 7 Irish Garda police vehicles in my collection. Trying to get all of these in here so I can get it all in one. I don't know how well this is going to work, so I'll do my best. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Try to get all of them in one shot if I can. If not, I'll just focus on a few. So I think I'm just going to take a look at the small ones that I have and just focus on those really quick. So the first few that I'm going to take a look at are Oxford diecast models. Land Rover Defender station wagon, a Ford Transit Connect Garda, and of course a Ford Transit SWB medium van. And these are all pretty cool vehicles. Pretty much all the same detailing on them. The only thing that's different is the Garda Ford Transit van doesn't have the Garda symbol on it like the Ford Transit Connect and the Land Rover do. If you see the two symbols right here on the door, right along here on the back. The Garda van doesn't have it on any sides of it. See from front. So there's that. Switching them around to the other side. You can tell the Land Rover Defender station wagon has 4 doors on it, which is pretty cool. It's a 4-door vehicle. And then also has the spare tire right here at the very back, which is pretty cool for that one. You also got the small light bar that goes across the top of it right here. These other two out of the way real quick. Try to just focus on this one. So as I was saying, got the small light bar across the top of this one, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice for that one. Not a whole lot of detailing on it. It does have the yellow stripe that goes down the side of it, which is pretty cool. And you also got the Garda. Zoom in a bit. Maybe it's like right there, I think would be better. You can see on the door it's got the symbol or the crest on it, which is pretty cool that it has that. So it's a pretty nice looking Land Rover. And then of course you got your Ford Transit Connect Garda, which is another cool vehicle. A little smaller than a squad car, but it's pretty nice. This one has 2 doors on the passenger side, the one in front and then a door to get into the back or from the side of it right here, which is pretty cool. Got some nice detailing on it as well. Then it says Garda along the back. It's also got the symbol and a back door here to get into it, which is pretty cool. And then taking a look around the side of it, you can see there's no door to get into the back from this side behind the driver's side, which is a little different. It's pretty cool though. And then across the top of it, it has this writing on it. It says CO. Not sure what that stands for, but that's something different. And then it's got a full light bar. Got the full light bar across the top, and then it says Garda on the hood, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice little looking car, I'll say. And then you got the Ford Transit SWB medium van, which is also a pretty cool one right here. This one stands out a little bit more, especially where it says Garda on the back of it. It definitely stands out. You can see there's a door to get into the back from the side behind the passenger side, which is pretty cool. Pretty nice that it has that. The light bar is at the back of the van, which is a little different. So that's another different one. It's kind of weird seeing it at the back and not at the front, which is a little different. And you got the back door to get into the very back from that side. And then turning it around to this side, there's only one door on this side, and that's the driver's side. No way of getting into the back from this side. The back door to the side on this one. And then, there we go. You can tell it's got Garda written on the hood, and then it's got a shield right above the front window, which is pretty cool that it has that. Not exactly sure why they designed it like that, but it's pretty cool that it has that feature to it. Which I think is pretty nice for the model. So that's awesome for that one. The next one I have is the Garda Shiokana collection, and I have a Honda motorbike right here. So this is a pretty cool one that I used in one of my previous videos. Got it in a few. This is a pretty nice one. This one was also given to me by the same friend who gave me another vehicle from Ireland. And this one was a pretty cool one. I really like the look and design on this one. Got a two-seater. Got the antenna right here along the back. And then it does turn. The front wheel does turn, which is pretty cool. It's more of a model, so I can't take it out and roll it around, which is, I mean, it's pretty cool. I like having it this way. I wouldn't want it to get broken. But it's also pretty cool, and it's got some mirrors on it as well along the front. I don't know if you can see them, but it's pretty cool that it has that on it. And then it says Garda bike. There we go. It may not be able to show up because of it's written on the gold part. So that'll be it for that one. The next one is the 4x4 right here, which is pretty cool. It's another nice one. Definitely stands out a lot more with the detailing on it. You can see the Garda symbol on the door. Let's zoom in just a bit. You can see Garda written on it, some of the other detailing. The cool part about this one is it opens from the very back, or it does open up at the back, which is pretty cool. Turn it around to the side so you get a look inside the vehicle, which is pretty cool. Closing it, and then turning it around to this side, it's pretty much the same detailing. It says Garda on it. I'm going to turn it around to the front here. You can see it says Garda written on the front, on the hood, which is pretty cool. And then you got the light bar that stands out at the top, which is pretty cool. And it says Garda in the middle. Another thing too, it's got these mirrors as well that are part of the model that they've made on, which is pretty cool. I like that. And then of course the top of it, you got looks like a sunroof and then another window up here at the top so that it gets light in it, which is pretty cool. A little bit different from some of the other ones that I have. Then you have your traditional squad car. This one is from, it's both the Irish model collection or the Garda Síochána collection. And this is a pretty interesting car too. Got the same detailing as the other ones. I don't have very many police cars like this one, so this is a pretty cool one. The light bar looks like it's a bit, a little bit flat on top, I want to say. And then the other cool part is the front doors open on it, which is pretty cool. That's a pretty nice feature to the car. So it does have that. So you can get a look from the driver's side or even on the passenger side, which is pretty cool. The back doors don't open, unfortunately, but that's okay. Pretty nice police car. I have to say I really like this one a lot because of the design and all the working features it has on it. And then the last one I have, this one is from Corgi. It's part of the toy range that was released back in 2001 from the Road Services of Ireland collection. Pretty nice Range Rover. It also has working features on it as well. The back door, the tailgate and the back window open. And then of course on the front doors open. So you see the passenger, this is the driver's side that we're looking at, and then you can see through to the passenger side as well. Turn the thing around. So that's pretty cool. Got a small light bar on top, which goes across towards the back. Which is pretty cool. And then you see Garda written on the hood. Pretty nice. And this one I think has got to be at least about maybe 1/36, possibly 1/43 scale. Not exactly certain how big, but it's pretty nice. So that'll be it for the Garda collection. The next one I want to take a look at is a fire truck from Corgi, and this one is from the Dublin Fire Brigade, and it's in AEC turntable ladder. As you can see, pretty nice and old-fashioned looking. Got a hose line right up here at the top, right here, which is pretty cool. Dublin Fire Brigade written on the door. Got a picture too, written, drawn between all that writing. Turning it around to the front, you can see there's two blue lights on both sides, and then on one side there's two horns, and on the other side there's a bell. If you look really closely, try to zoom in. Hopefully that's big enough so you can see where the bell and the horns are. So that's pretty cool, it has that. I'm gonna zoom out now. Now turning it around to the other side of the truck. It's the same writing on the back door, Dublin Fire Brigade, and then right up here it looks like there's a light of some sort, which is pretty cool. And then you got the nozzles, or you got the dials where they hook right here, right area where they hook up hose lines, maybe, possibly, not exactly too certain. It's pretty cool that it has those dials. Now, I'm gonna have to zoom out. The cool part about this one is the ladder does extend on it. I might have to make a bit of a camera adjustment here. I'll zoom out a little bit. I know you can see the other cars in the background. I'm gonna move those out of the way real quick. So this one is from Corgi Classics, I should say, to be more specific. And this is a pretty cool one. It's the only working feature on this truck. Doesn't go really high though, but that's pretty cool. And you can see right at the end of the ladder where the nozzle area is, this water, or this gun where they shoot the water out at, which is pretty cool. And it also moves all the way around, which I think is pretty interesting. Probably didn't get a whole thing of that. So, but yeah, it does go all the way around, which is pretty nice. And then, of course, you can always retract the ladder, put it back down. I'm going to zoom in on the truck again. So that's pretty cool. And then also right here is the platform where the operator would stand to operate the ladder, which is pretty cool. And then you got some levers right here and some other, looks like buttons, which that's pretty cool that it has that made onto that part of the truck. So that's a pretty cool one. Pretty nice. The next one is a AEC water tender. This one's also from Corgi Classics, and it's from the Dublin Fire Brigade. Pretty old-fashioned looking truck, I would say. Got Dublin Fire Brigade written on the back door, a lot like the turntable ladder did. And you can see the the locker areas where they keep their equipment, which is pretty cool. Taking a look. Same thing as the turntable ladder. It's got the two blue lights, and you also see where they have the mirrors on it as well, which is pretty cool. No horns or bells on this one. A little bit different. That's okay. And then going down the side, it's pretty much the same thing over here on this side of the truck. Got, you see the locker areas where it says Dublin Fire Brigade written on the back door. And then a lot like my Oxford diecast models, it's also got some ladders on it. I'm going to turn it this way. You got a small one right here, big one in the middle, and then another one off on the side, which is pretty cool. They do move a little bit, but I leave them the way they are because I don't want them to get broken. So I just leave it like that. And then also you can see right at the very back of the water tender, the dials right here where they hook up the hoses and control the water pressure. It's pretty cool. Pretty nice for an old-fashioned fire engine. Then I got another one from Corgi. This one is from the toy range as well. Same collection as the Garda Range Rover that I just showed. This also is from the Road Surfaces of Ireland collection. It's a Volvo fire engine. A little bit different from the water tender. This one has 3 lockers, as you can see on this side of the engine, the fire engine. And then you see it says Irish Fire Brigade written on the door. So that could be from probably maybe the Dublin Fire Brigade or the Cork City Fire Brigade. It's pretty fun. Didn't really state which one. And then I'm gonna have to shut the light off, but I'm gonna zoom in. Maybe I'll bring the camera up a little bit closer to it. Oh, you can see right across the front where it's got the Volvo symbol going right across on it, which is pretty cool that it has that right there. So you know what type of a fire engine it is. Pretty nice. And then I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. It says Irish Fire Brigade written on the back door. Just like the 2 Dublin Fire Brigade trucks did. 3 lockers on it on this side as well. And then it only has 2 blue lights on this one, which is, it's about the same as the other 2, but these one looks like they stand out a little bit more. I don't know why. No horns or bells on this one. A little different. Looking at the back side of the fire engine, you can see the dials right back here. They hook up the hoses and the dials for the water pressure and stuff, which is pretty cool. And then this one only has 1 ladder, which is a little bit different from the other ones. You can take the ladder on or off the apparatus, which is pretty cool, pretty nice. And then right here, these 2 things are sticking out. That's where the ladder goes on at. So that's how that one works right there. So that's pretty cool. The next fire engine I have, this one was also given to me by the same friend who gave me the Honda motorbike, the Garda Honda motorbike. It's a Irish fire engine from the Irish Fire Brigade that she got me when she went over to Ireland. I'd asked her something about the fire service, and she ended up bringing me this thing back. It's a pretty cool one. I've had in my collection for years. Got the yellow line down the side, 3 lockers. turning it around. It looks like it's also another Volvo fire engine. It's got the Volvo symbol right across. It says fire written in reverse, which is different from the Corgi ones. They don't have that written on them. The lights are small, and then you got a horn right in the middle, right here, which is pretty cool. And then taking a look down the side of it, it says Irish Fire Brigade and it has the Irish flag on it. Same thing on this side, and you see the symbol, some type of a symbol on the door, which is pretty cool that it has that. And then on this one, you see this ladder is propped up, which is a little bit different from the other ones. But taking a look down the side of it, you see the other two. There's one in the middle, and then another long one right here. So that's pretty cool. Kind of the same thing with my Oxford fire engines. Then you got a ladder right here to go up the back side, and then a locker area right here. Or I don't know if this is a locker area. This is probably where they hook up the hose, which is pretty cool that it has that feature on it. So that'll be it for that one. And that was from the Irish model collection. And then this one is one of the more newer ones that I got. This one's a Del Prado model. And this one's from the Galway Fire Service. It's also another, you can see it shows the Volvo badge right across the front, and then it says Fire Rescue on it. It's got fragile mirrors, and it's going to be hard to show because I'm going to leave it in the plastic case. I don't want it to get damaged, but I'll do my best to show it to you guys. I don't know if this works any better or not. Probably not. Right down here, it's got the symbol right between the two doors, right above the front wheel. It says Galway Fire Service, or it's got the symbol, fire crest, I should say. Got the doors. Then it's got 3 lockers, as you can see, along the side of it. At the back of the apparatus, you see a ladder to climb up to the back on it. And then that area right next to it, that's where they hook up the hose at the back right there, which is pretty cool. Got a couple of ladders. There's one that looks like it's propped up on the side, very far right by the stand. And then, of course, you got the other 2 ladders. You got the big one in the middle and then another big one going across the top. Just pretty cool that it has that. It's pretty nice. So this one is about 1/64th scale, I should say. That's what it was listed on eBay as, 1/64th scale. So that's pretty cool. And then there's 2 other fire vehicles I almost forgot from Oxford Diecast. I have a Ford Transit Connect from the Cork City Fire Brigade and a Land Rover from the Dublin Fire Brigade. And these were 2 pretty cool ones. The first one I want to take a look at is the Ford Transit Connect. Taking a look back at this one, this is a pretty interesting vehicle, I'll have to say. Going to readjust the camera a little bit. So this is a pretty nice little car. I like the detailing on it, the checkered pattern, and the fact that it's from Cork. I don't have any other emergency vehicles from Cork, so this was a pretty cool one to get. Nice little car. Same thing as the Garda Ford Transit Connect. There's two doors the on this side, the passenger door, and then the door to get into the back, or to get into the back from the side, which is pretty cool. And then looking at the back of it, you see the interesting paint job, and then the two back doors to get in, which is pretty cool. And then same thing on the driver's side. Same pattern design, same checkered pattern colors, only no door to get into the back from this side. And I also like the where it says Cork City Fire Brigade, it's got that symbol right there, or the crest, which is pretty cool. It gives it some detail. Detailing. Got a small blue light going across the top, which is pretty cool. And then it says fire written in reverse. It's a pretty nice detail to it. Pretty nice for a 176 scale model emergency vehicle. And then, of course, I have the Oxford diecast Dublin Fire Brigade Land Rover. Let's zoom in a bit on this one. Some of the writing on the Oxford vehicles are hard to show on video, just because it's so small, but it says Dublin Fire Brigade on that door. There's like a picture too. Two-door vehicle. One blue light on top, as you can see. Not much on the front or even on this side. You've also got two windows at the back of it, which is pretty cool. And then, unlike the Land Rover station wagon Garda vehicle, this one doesn't have a spare tire on it at all. You can see the back door and right into it pretty clearly, so that's pretty nice. So it's pretty nice model, 176 scale model from Oxford right there. So now we're going to look at all of them at once. So now I'm going to have to make some camera adjustments. Just the camera a little bit. Side by side. Trying to put all the small vehicles in front first, and then line up the big ones in the back. I know this is going to look different from probably how I did in the beginning, but it's pretty cool. Let's zoom back a little bit. Some of the bigger ones right there. Try to make some adjustments here. I think I might just have to move this up a little bit if I can. Trying to get it to be just right. So anyway, doing my best to get all of them in one shot here for the video. This one is a pretty cool collection right here. In all, there is a total of about there's about, I think, 16 of them. There's what, three, six, seven Garda, and then fire engine. I have one, two, three, four. In the ladder truck, that makes five. That's 12, two. Oh, so I think I have about 14 instead. So this is a pretty cool collection right here. I really like the looks and designs on all of them. They're pretty nice looking, each from different manufacturers, and they're pretty cool. Um, the Oxford ones are limited, so they run those for a limited time, so they're hard to find. So if you're we're probably to try to find some of these now, you'd probably have luck on eBay, I would imagine, or unless you come across a place that happens to buy private collections, then you might be able to get them that way. Or I was suggested there's a place called www.hattons.co.uk that carries these, so that might be a good option if you wanted to. I don't know. I've never bought from them, so I'm not too sure, but I was recommended that as a possible place. Um, but yeah, no, it took me quite a while to find a lot of these, and I'm glad that I was able to get them when I did. And this is a really cool collection right here. I like the looks of all of the different emergency vehicles and the different ones that are made, and especially with all their detailing, and even the ones that have the working features. Those are pretty cool, um, pretty nice, and also different scales too. So right here, you're looking at a total of 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you're looking at 14 Irish emergency vehicles. So yeah, no, I figured I'd take a because it's March, I figured why not take a look at this collection right here and give my overall view thoughts and look at it as a whole. And I have to say, I really like the look. I really like the look of this collection. It's a pretty nice one. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for the next one.